So I was just diving into cal.diy and it's this open source scheduling platform. You know, a fork of calcom but without all the enterprise features.
Right? That immediately caught my attention too. It's like they stripped away the commercial complexities and just focused on what individuals need.
Exactly, but then I read that it's really meant for self-hosting, right? Like that's a big commitment for users.
Yeah, self-hosting can be daunting. It requires some serious tech know-how. I mean server admin skills. That's not for everyone.
Totally, it's like inviting someone to your home but also expecting them to cook and clean. But what's intriguing is the entire code base is MIT licensed.
That's a big deal. It means you can modify and use it without worrying about licensing fees. But it does make me think about security risks.
Right, like how do you secure sensitive data if you're not a pro at server security? It's a bit of a double-edged sword.
And they recommend it strictly for personal use, which kind of limits the appeal. A business would have to look elsewhere.
But isn't that fascinating? It's like they're carving out a niche for hobbyists or developers who want total control.
Absolutely, it's a DIY ethos. Plus, I love that contributions are welcome. They're building a community around it.
Speaking of contributions, how cool is it that anyone can jump in and help improve the platform?
It's like open source on steroids. But I wonder, does that lead to quality control issues?
Good point. While community contributions can drive innovation, it could also mean varying levels of quality and support.
Yeah, and if someone doesn't follow coding standards, that could create chaos down the line.
You know what else is interesting? They've set it up to be completely independent from Calcom, no enterprise features at all.
That's a refreshing approach. It's like saying, we trust you to build what you need without us looking over your shoulder.
But doesn't that assume users are comfortable with the complexities of setting everything up?
Exactly. And the documentation is crucial here. It needs to be comprehensive to guide new users through setup.
You'd think so, and if you mess up one step during installation, it could lead to a cascade of issues.
Totally, speaking of setup, they even mention using Docker. That's quite the leap for average users.
Yeah, Docker can be a hurdle, it's powerful, but the learning curve is steep. Not everyone wants to deal with containers.
And what about the integrations? They're quite extensive, but securing those third-party integrations must be tricky.
Oh, for sure, integrating services like Google Calendar or Zoom sounds great, but it opens up potential vulnerabilities.
Right? Users need to manage API credentials carefully. That's a lot to handle for someone just trying to schedule.
But let's not forget the trade-off, the flexibility to customize everything to your liking.
Exactly. It's like having a blank canvas. Some might thrive in that environment, while others might feel overwhelmed.
And that leads us back to who this is really for. It seems to cater more to developers or tech-savvy folks.
Definitely. The average user who just wants simple scheduling might find it too complex.
But I wonder if they could create a more user-friendly version without losing the open-source ethos.
That could be a balancing act. They'd have to streamline features while keeping it flexible enough for developers.
Right? Imagine a simplified interface that still allows for some customization. That could broaden their appeal.
That would be fascinating. But then again, would it still stay true to the spirit of DIY?
Great question. Sometimes simplifying can dilute the core values. It's a tricky path.
Yeah, and if they go too far in that direction, they risk alienating the community.
So what's your takeaway from all this? Is cal.diy a hidden gem or just a niche tool?
I think it's a bit of both. It has potential, but it definitely caters to a specific audience.
That makes sense. It could be a great starter tool for budding developers wanting to learn.
Exactly. And for people who value control over convenience, it's a solid choice.
But I wonder how many would actually take the plunge into self-hosting.
It's hard to say. I guess it boils down to how comfortable they feel with technology.
Well, it definitely opens a door to deeper exploration in tech. That's exciting.
For sure. And it's a reminder of the evolving landscape of software and community-driven initiatives.
Absolutely. It's fascinating to see how these projects can reshape our digital experiences.
And who knows, maybe Cal, DIY will inspire more community-focused projects down the line.
Now that's a thought. What if we saw more initiatives like this that prioritize community input?
That could really change the tech landscape, but it also raises questions about sustainability.
Right? Balancing community involvement with viable business models is a delicate dance.
But for now, I'm intrigued by cal.diy. It's a great example of what open source can achieve.
Absolutely, it's a journey worth exploring for those inclined to take it.